You're listening to Coffee Break Flight Instruction by MzeroA.com. Flight train tips in 15 minutes or less. Hey everyone, Jason Shapard here of MzeroA.com, literally sitting aside next to the world famous Larry Diamond. You're listening to Coffee Break Flight Instruction, flight train tips in 15 minutes or less. Let's go ahead and start that timer to make that official. And guys, our topic today is becoming an aircraft owner. And the whole reason Larry is here is because we actually purchased a new airplane for the MzeroA.com fleet. Larry flew down from the Great White North to warm, well, sort of warm Florida to help ferry that airplane home. And that's what we're here today talking about. So we want to talk a little bit about becoming an aircraft owner, but more importantly, what are some things we looked at, when you're going in to purchase an airplane, and what's important to you? So Larry, I'll let you start off. What's important to you when you're going to put, your money on the line to purchase an airplane? What kind of things are you looking at?
The first thing I do is I want to get all the logbooks, every single thing from when the last time it's got its annual, how many hours are on the engine, especially like TBO. I'm looking at the pitot-static system. I'm looking at every single piece of record or piece of paper they've had from the inception of the airplane since when it was put out on the market till the time that I'm willing to purchase it.
Absolutely. Guys, those logbooks add so much value to that airplane. If the logbooks are incomplete, meaning you don't know what happened from this year to this year or whatever, that causes a devaluation in the actual aircraft. Now, the airplane's still going to fly the same, everything's going to be great, but just because you don't know about that history, if the logbooks are not complete, that significantly takes off the valuation of that airplane. Some things I like to look at. Time since major overhaul. Okay, now there's a major overhaul and there's a factory remanufacture of that engine. They're two totally different things, and they can play a little bit maybe in the psychological value of the actual airplane itself. I like to look at the total time airframe. Listen, when you're looking at an airplane and it's got 12,000 hours on the airframe, you're going to know that that airplane was probably a trainer. Do you want to purchase an airplane that was a trainer? Having been a student yourself probably and knowing what students do to airplanes. Maybe you want to purchase something a little more lower time on the actual airframe. Another crucial thing to look at, and I had a student of mine, very good friend of mine, unfortunately this happened to, purchased a 182 with the premise of there's only 60 hours on the engine. Well, that sounds awesome. That's basically a new engine, right? 60 hours on the engine. That's great. However, that engine was overhauled 6 years ago. So it was overhauled 6 years ago. You're going to tell me in a year, each year they only flew the airplane 10 hours. I know people that put 10 hours on their airplanes in a month, which I hope you would do at least. So looking at things like that, it's like a boat. Things like that just can't sit for a long time. So look at that sort of stuff, okay? Other things to consider, obviously paint, interior, all that stuff can be fixed. Unless you don't want to put a paint job or anything like that on, but look at that sort of stuff too. Also, where is the airplane based at? The airplane we just purchased was in Jacksonville. Jacksonville, Florida. That's close to the beach. You expect the airplane to have some corrosion spots and that sort of stuff versus purchasing maybe a Midwest aircraft where the air is not as salty, not worrying as much about corrosion on the aluminum and everything else like that. So those are some important things we looked at going into this purchase. Larry, you have anything else you want to add to that? Or
Yeah, two other things. I always want to say, where has it been kept? I mean, has it been kept? Is it outside? Has it been towed? Anything else? I also look up all the ADs on the particular model because I want to make sure they're up to date. I don't want to have somebody coming in and maybe having an accident with my airplane because I didn't conform to the AD.
Yep. No, I think you're spot on. So, and that's something you can do if you think you're into buying a Cessna 172 or a Beach Bonanza. All these aircraft have their respective groups. The Cessna Owners Association, the Bonanza Owners Association, all this sort of stuff. Go and join those groups. Get their quarterly magazines. Jump on the forums and learn more about those aircraft. And that's how you learn more about the ADs and the little nuances of each and every aircraft. So guys, that's really all we have for you. Thank you so much for listening to this sort of live episode of Coffee Break Flight Instruction. A little bit different than how we normally do it. Thankful to have Larry here. So guys, on behalf of myself, the wonderful CFII extraordinaire, Uncle Larry, the entire MzeroA.com team. Thank you so much for listening to Coffee Break Flight Instruction. Subscribe on iTunes to Coffee Break Flight Instruction. Enjoy the rest of your day, and most importantly, remember that a good pilot is always learning. Have a great day, guys. See ya. Hey guys, Jason Shepard here. Do me a favor and subscribe to Coffee Break Flight Instruction so you can get great flight training podcasts delivered right to your inbox, right to your phone, right to your iPad. All you need to do is go to the iTunes store. You can do that from your computer. You can do that right from your iPhone or your iPad. Just go into the App Store, the iTunes Store, and search Coffee Break Flight Instruction. It'll come right up, and you'll be able to press subscribe. It's totally free to do that, and you'll get an alert each and every time we release a new episode of Coffee Break Flight Instruction. Enjoy it.